Hot mic. We are on the air. This is the Superfan Max Power Hour in less than 60 minutes, presented by the blog. That's a day late, dollar short. This is Superfan Max, aka Jose Max, reporting to you live on this chilly Chicago Monday afternoon. Yes, I said Monday. We are not doing our usual Tuesday recording. I had Monday off this week. So it's been quite a while since I've last recorded, unfortunately. I got a little busy there. Wasn't home by myself, so didn't have a chance to record, but we're going to record today for this week to get back on track and have that episode ready for Friday. So, like I said, loaded show on this Monday. Haven't talked to you guys since the last day of March, pretty much, because I had those two podcasts go out, and I've just been busy ever since. So, where should we start? April 1st. That was April Fool's Day. Didn't have a lot of tricks to play on anybody. I'm a fool every day, so nothing really crazy on April Fool's. Trying to think what else happened that day. I'm looking at my desk calendar, even though I don't sit at my desk and barely get to use my calendar anymore. I'm just looking at Saturday the 1st. That was the day I was going to go to the Hawks game, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get those tickets for the stadium experience. So I think that was the day, because I'm looking at the Sunday. It says Palm Sunday. So I think that was the day where I was bored enough and had nothing else to do. I decided to go to church. That's how bored I was on that Saturday. So I was like, I guess I'll go to church this weekend for Palm Sunday, because I had work on that Sunday. But, church, I got to start going. I was slowly becoming a CEO of church, Christmas, Easter only. It was just, I got a couple gripes with the Catholic Church. Mainly, it's boring. I've been too many times. That's one of the main gripes. And I know people are going to be like, the molesting of priests and children. That's probably a big one too. I'm not going to say that. What else do I have about the gripe of the church? Mainly it's boring. Like I said before on the podcast, I went to Catholic school pretty much my whole life. So in grammar school, we would have to go to church every Friday for the most part. Every Friday we would go. Then if there was like an Ash Wednesday or a holy day of obligation, we would also go to that. So sometimes we would go to church twice a week, but mainly once a week. Then I was also an altar server, which we will circle back around to. I was an altar server, so we would have to serve on Saturdays. We used to go to church a lot on Saturdays, me and my family. So it's Friday, Saturday I was going to church. Then occasionally we would have a family mass, which would result in me going to church on Sunday. We would do like a class one where we did the readings, petitions, and anything else like the gifts. That would be like if we did the family mass by grade. Then I know the basketball team had a family mass. I think they did all the athletics. Then sometimes they would just have us go all together as a school, like Catholic Schools Week, the last week of January. So I went to church a lot. Then when I went to high school, for 2 years, I want to say, we went to church every Wednesday. My junior, senior year, at least. We would have to go to every week. What else? Yes, I used to go to church a lot. There was like some weekends where, like I said, I'd be scheduled to serve that Saturday. Then we would have a family mass on Sunday, which was rare, but was still needed. So I'd be going to church 3 times in a week in a row, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I made my confirmation in 8th grade. So if you made your confirmation, you had to go to church every week, get something, a little slip signed or the bulletin signed by the priest saying you went to church, and you would have to like write a summary of the gospel. Then the homily you would have to do like a reflection on or a summary of it. So my older sister, she made her confirmation. Then by the time I made mine, I was right after her. Then my younger sister, same thing, was right behind me. So there was 6 years where I was going to church every week. We would all just go together. So 6 weeks in a row, 6 years in a row, I was going to church straight. And if anybody knows anything about the church, for our non-Catholic friends, that the church is on a cycle when it comes to stories. It's called AB, like an A year, a B year, then the CD year is the same year. And that's whoever wrote the Gospels, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, I want to say, wrote the Gospels. But yeah, so it's a 3-year cycle pretty much. So I heard every one of those stories twice. Then going to Friday masses, then going to Wednesday masses with high school. I just, I got tired of going to church because, like I said, heard all the stories. But I'm running out of that insurance policy or all those backup saved masses. So I got to start going to church, I think, in my opinion. Prayers are good for only for so long, and I'm running out of them. Living my degenerate lifestyle. So Sunday the 2nd, probably just had work that day. 3rd, that was a Monday. I'm just going to assume work again. Then Tuesday, I went to the Bulls versus Hawks game. Got my White Sox jersey. Zach LaVine, it was Bulls Sox night. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, or distracted. I'm trying to think of what happened that day or how I'm trying to tell because I didn't really do notes. I'm kind of had a couple here and there. But yeah, I don't have a full script this week. Yeah, like I said, Tuesday the 4th, went to the Bulls vs. Hawks game. Was supposed to be like a playoff game. Atmosphere. The Bulls were going into the game. The Hawks were going down without Trae Young. The Bulls were in the situation if they win, they would get into the play-in tournament. Thank God the Cavs beat the Magic and saved our ass because we fell backwards into the play-in tournament. Because, I don't know, the place was buzzing. I got in the Jumbotron. We'll try and upload that picture/video on the blog or my YouTube channel. The place was kind of buzzing and made it a standing room only situation. I went to the game by myself, no big deal. So I was very excited about that. Granted, I did buy the tickets a little too late because I was looking at them very early on in the year, a couple months ago. They were like $44. Then I was hemming and hawing. And I was like, maybe they'd be bad, so the ticket price would go down. Kind of want to go with somebody else. Couldn't find anybody else, obviously. And, it was the perfect storm. It was supposed to be like a playoff game. Giveaway. Place was supposed to be buzzing. Became a standing room, actually, only. When I bought the tickets, I think it was like a $68 ticket or something. It was a little pricey on my half, but I was like, you know what? I'm still going to go. Why not? Live a little. And it was just one of those games where the Atlanta Hawks just kicked our ass, the Bulls' ass left and right. We couldn't do anything right that game. They were going for threes, the Bulls, and just missing left and right. Then, that was a pretty good game, even though they lost. I love going to the Bulls games. Got on the Jumbotron, like I said. That was also the night that the mayor got elected into the city. We'll leave that at that. You guys already knew that. This is reported on stuff that's like a week old. We're moving on to April 5th. That was the White Sox game. That was my first White Sox game of the season, where they played the San Francisco Giants. It was a little chilly that day, but it was still a fun day. Actually went with my good friend, the Doc. We'll have the Doc on the podcast eventually, one of these days. But yeah, it was Giants, White Sox. I know the Sox won maybe 7-2, 7-3. Just Googled it, 7-3. Yep, 7-3. No home runs that game, but fireworks at the end of the game, which was still good to watch. I'm gonna take a sip of Powerade. I have some nice green Powerade on the ice. Like I said, I wasn't feeling so good past couple days, but we'll get to that when we circle through the calendar. Like I said, I went to the front game with the Doc. It was a 120 game. Had my nice hot dog from the Frank's Red Hot. Had my Polish in the game. Extra onions. Oh, and I got a great parking situation too. Got to get the park like 2 blocks away from the stadium. It was easy. Loving that spot. Yeah, so I enjoyed that game. The Sox aren't so hot lately. White Sox record on the year is what? Don't need the schedule. White Sox record. Yeah, but it was a good game. They're 6-10, 16 games into the season already. Yeah, I'm still excited for the Sox season. Still early. Plenty of season left. Don't need to freak out just yet. I got tickets for a couple other games, but so I'm still looking for the season to turn around. 6 just worked. Friday, the 7th. No, this didn't happen that day, but I'm still gonna say it anyways because don't want to keep going blank day, blank day, blank day. I had another dream. Oh, you guys don't even know about that. I started dreaming of work. I don't know if I said that previous episodes, but I have another episode. Briefly, I had a dream a couple weeks ago, and I heard knocking. I thought it was knocking at my door. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is the dream. So I'm at work. I'm just in the back room. Let's just say, I don't even know if I was cutting anything. I was just in the back room by the cutting board. And all of a sudden, I hear knocking. I get up. In the dream, I walk to the door. In real life, I get up and walk to my actual bedroom door. I open it because I think somebody's knocking, even though there's nobody knocking at all. I just heard knocking in my dream. And I was in the back room, and I just assumed I should get up and answer my door, in my bedroom door. That was the dream. Then my last dream was just me simply at work. Same situation, kind of, on the slicer this time, though. And that was it. That was the dream. I was just slicing something at work on the slicer. And that was it. That was my dream. And it's terrible that I'm dreaming of work. I hate that place, and now that place is just subconsciously going into my mind. And my dreams have been a little weird, too. It was a couple days ago, I had a dream that my dad called me, and I'm sitting there looking for my phone in my dream. Then when I got up, like a couple hours later, I was looking for my phone, and it had no notifications. So that was kind of crazy. You always hear about those things on like TikToks. People are having dreams or hallucinations of phone calls or they're on their phone, and they're just, when they check their phone, they have no notifications. So it's pretty crazy. That's was happening to me on Friday, April 7th, even though it didn't really. Saturday, April 8th, went to church again. Starting to become a routine. Yeah, I know. Gotta go to church, Easter Vigil. I know I should be going to church regardless. Since nothing else to do, or not like that. I'm trying to think of the right words to say it. I got nothing to lose, only to gain from that experience of going to church. But like I said, it's just boring. I just not into it anymore. I don't know. Maybe some religious aspect to it, like, is there a God? Is there not a God? And if there's not a God, am I just wasting my time every week going there for an hour and a half where I could be doing something else? Granted, even if I was doing something else, it probably wouldn't be doing anything else. Then it all circles back to, hey, what if there is a heaven and hell and you do die and you waste all the time not going to church and you're in hell all for eternity? So maybe you should have went to church. On that craft shoot of maybe something exists or doesn't exist. I don't know. But yeah, I went to the Easter Vigil Mass. It's the long Mass when it's in the dark, and they baptize people, give people the confirmation, and the Eucharist, which is a little messed up because they could do 3 sacraments in one day. When I had to do 8 years of training for my sacraments and stuff, so they get that little loophole. But granted, I guess they get to turn their life around and stuff in one day and give it to God. Another sip of that Powerade. And that's how I know I'm going to hell. I'm not going to say that. Screw it, why not? So there was a lady getting baptized, and I was like, dang, she's kind of cute. Then I told myself, I got no chance with her because she just gave her life to God tonight, so I gotta marry her to do anything with her. So that's why I know I'm going to hell, having those thoughts in church. You know, what was it? I think Madman. I heard somebody else say it like, "Oh, if you want to go to church or to get a man, you got to go to church." And I'm going to the wrong church. There's nobody hot at my church, just old people. I even like the good-looking old people. This is very derailing this episode. Yeah, I just get bored of church. I don't know. Like I said, heard all the stories, long scriptures. And I know I should be meditating or relaxing in that time. I know some people say do that instead of not if you're not fully active in the church or fully participating. At least take that time out of your week to relax for an hour without any technology or anybody else bothering you, because nobody should be talking to you in church. But yeah, I just got tired of going to church. Should start going again. That's why I loved altar serving back in the day, because it gave you something to do. I was one of the top altar servers back in the day. Had a 13 mass season record, and everybody else. Like I said, I think I'm going to say it's 12, but this is a podcast. My stories, my embellishments. I'm going to say make myself something better. I know I served 13 masses. The next mass below me was 11, so I was just head and shoulders above everybody else. I loved altar serving, and nobody better say anything about my molestation. No, that was not the case. I loved altar serving because it got you something to do. You got to walk around, and I don't know, all the eyes were on you and stuff. I don't know, not even in vain eyes on you. It was like a performance, I guess. But yeah, you got to stand up, walk around, go in the back. You could be like, oh, I was lighting a candle or something, and people ask you what you were doing, when realistically you're probably checking your phone when you got older. But yeah, I loved altar serving for that aspect. Just doing something, walking up, sitting at the table or the altar. One of the things I would do, my go-tos when we were altar serving, was we would have to go up there when they were doing the reading, and you have to sit there with your hands folded. And if it was a very long reading, I'd just start counting the people in the church. Because I know the other, the ushers, their job was also to count people. So I was like, maybe we should compare notes, even though we never did. I'd be like, okay, we got 52. Going left to right. Okay, let's do it again. Left to right or right to left. Got 52 again. Let's double check the math. Let's count all the girls. Let's count all the boys. This is a very long reading if I'm able to count 3 times. And I don't know why 52 always stuck out to me. I feel like that was a good number on our Saturday masses whenever I would serve. I also thought if I walked faster up and down the aisle when the procession started, I would move the mass along. On Friday masses with school, I would always walk down very, very slow down the aisle, because I was trying to kill as much time as I could before going back to school, because we would go to church Friday morning for an hour and 15 if my plans of walking really slow really worked. Yeah, and altar servers these days, they just stink. They don't show up on time. They don't know the game like I used to do. I was an altar server from at least 4th to 8th grade. I want to say maybe 1 year, my freshman year, I was still serving at my regular church, because I think my younger sister was still in grammar school and she was on the altar server schedule. So I wasn't always scheduled. I think I was scheduled there. I think I was still an altar server my freshman year full time. Then I think my sophomore year is when she was still there, 8th grade, and she was scheduled, and they had other guys there, or other group of people there, guys and girls, 4 altar servers. And sometimes they wouldn't show up if there was only her. I would go up there because I know you could do a mass with 3 people. So if there was always 3, I was like, I'm not going to go up there because there's no point in having a 4th up there. But then I definitely didn't serve my junior and senior year at my grammar school, and I started doing it at high school and altar serving. I picked it back up. So I had like a 10-year career, or a four, not 10, like an 8-year career as an altar server. And, I just still know the game. I'm high standards, like I said. I had that best season there one time. And, the more impressive part of it was I was only scheduled 12 times and I served 13 times. So I was batting 110 or something. So high standards for the altar servers. And altar servers, they just don't show up on time. They don't know the game like I know. And, yeah, altar servers, they stink nowadays. Another thing about church is it was Lent. And that's the 40 days before Easter where Jesus suffered when in the desert. And what was I going to say? This is when they start saying parts in, not French, Latin. And what's the other one? Is it Greek? I don't say Latin. It's only in Latin. And my church, they used to just, my grammar school, I should say, they just really drilled it in your head that Latin part, that I know that whole part once you're playing on the organ, like word for word. Agnus Deis, don't take Da Mundi, Dona Donas Paches. That part, like I said, do it way better when it's the organ. It's just so ingrained in me that, like, even when we did like the foreign language mass in high school, kids would be like, "Dang, how do you know that?" I'd be like, "They just drilled it into me in my head." Even though I wasn't in Latin class, they would just drill that in our head, so I would know that word for word with the organ. Let's see. So we're going on to Easter. Had work that day. Oh, it's a work chronicle or not? And yeah, new edition of the Work Chronicle, episode Chronicle number 7. We'll just say 7, even though I don't think it is. Yeah. So I'm working. Had to work the morning shift. Started doing a lot of morning shifts this week, actually. So I'm working 7 to 3, 8 to 4, and we're hustling, busting that Easter Sunday. There's 3 of us. We get all the cutting done, do everything else, and boom, it's about 1 o'clock. One guy leaves. 2 o'clock, the other guy leaves. I finish doing a little bits of things. I'm supposed to be scheduled till 3. Lo and behold, I'm done at like 2:30. So I'm just pricing up chicken wings because there's a sale that week. Nothing crazy. There's a lot of Powerade I just poured. Like I was saying, pricing up chicken wings 2:30 till 2:30. A nice, refreshing Powerade. Come sponsor me. Drinking the green one because green helps me when I'm sick. Like I was saying, pricing up chicken wings 2:30. Pretty much just trying to kill the clock. And the other guy comes in at 4. No, I worked 8 to 4 that day. So, I'm just trying to kill the clock for an hour and a half. 4 o'clock starts rolling around. I'm like, 4 o'clock. All right, I'll give this guy like an extra 10 minutes. He usually shows up late. 4:15. All right, this is getting a little concerning. Give him a call. Hey, man, you coming in? No, I sent him a text. Hey, man, you coming in to work? Blah, 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 blah. Then I give him a call at like 4:25. Hey, you coming in to work? No response. 4:30. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to be home. Easter dinner's getting cooked. I gotta get the heck out of here. So I give him a call again. And I'm like, no, what? Screw it. We're calling the other guy. He's coming in at 6. I'm gonna see if he can come in early. Call him in. He's doing whatever. He's like, I think I come in maybe 20 minutes early. He shows up at 5:45. So I'm fuming at this time. I'm like, what the heck? This guy's screwing up my day. I haven't seen the guy since, so I'm ready to kill that guy when I see him this Thursday if he didn't quit. So that stinks on my part. Hate to rely on other people for my times. And, of course, it's the one day where I want to get out of there on a time where I got nothing else to work on and I'm able to leave. And, of course, he doesn't show up. So that's just my luck. So that was Easter the 9th. We are moving on to the 10th. Nothing crazy there. I guess I'll do it. The 11th was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Uh, yeah, I'm not big on birthdays. This is my 23rd birthday, Michael Jordan year. My Taylor Swift year wasn't so great, or I didn't do anything impressive in it. Yeah, I don't really tell people my birthday because I don't know. I like when people remember my birthday, but granted, if you don't tell them it's your birthday, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I just reminds me that I didn't do anything that year, and just another year wasted, in my opinion. And I've been pissing the last couple years away as a degenerate and college dropout. So I better start doing something in this Jordan year. Well, got this podcast, so that's something new, something different. So that was April 11th for me. April 12th. Anything happened April 12th, in my opinion? Do I have anything else in my notes? We'll just say this. April 12th, I forgot one of my Glory Days stories. The Phantom Jump Over Tag. We'll circle back into that later on in the baseball season. But I'm just going to tease that. I forgot that story. Another gripe I've been having lately is when you're like watching TikToks or something and you know they're going to do more than one part. Like those people like, oh, see how far I can live on $100 or something videos, and it's day 2 and they're like, oh, if you want to see part 3, even though I've only spent 77 cents and I still got $99.33, like and subscribe for part 2. I don't care. Like, you're going to do it. I hate when people fish for subscribes and likes and comments. You know that. I don't even ask you guys to subscribe or comment or share with a friend. Like, I'm doing this for nobody. I'm doing it for me. This podcast. So, yeah. That's my opinion on that. I'm more focused on sponsors. I would love sponsors. A good sponsor right now would be a laundry detergent, because I'm always doing laundry when I'm doing the podcast. Doing laundry today, mostly because I didn't feel like doing it that 11th and 12th, those 2 days I was off. So got a lot of laundry to do. So Tide, Gain, the one with the teddy bear want to come sponsor me. I'm more than happy to switch over to different laundry detergent. This is also baseball season. Eating a lot of mustard, keeping that figure. Mustard 0 calories, going on my hot dogs. So I eat a lot of mustard, a lot of stains on my clothes. So if any of those companies got a nice laundry detergent stick or stain remover, want to get me to be the face of that or voice of it and be my sponsor, feel free to email me or comment down below. Even though I said don't do that. I'm not going to give out my email in here. We'll get in contact, don't worry. Comment below and I'll DM me. Be more than happy to interact with you. Or you know what? I'll give you my Twitter. At Superfan Max. That's my Twitter. At Superfan Max. So come tweet me, companies. Yep. Laundry detergent. That'd be a great sponsor for me. Or Powerade. Lemon lime. Refreshing. No, it's 50% more electrolytes. So, that was April 12th. April 12th goes on to April 13th, and that was a very sad day for us as Blackhawk fans. That was Jonathan Taze's last game. And like I said, I was trying to go to that Hawks game April 1st, but I didn't go to that game because I was holding off, trying to wait for somebody. Then, of course, I ran out of tickets, and that's been my biggest gripe lately when it becomes coming to tickets. I should be just buying my tickets more earlier or right away because I know I'm going to go to them or I want to go to those games, and there's no point in trying to save the money. I'm going to spend the money then or later, and chances are if I buy in the beginning of the season, they're going to be cheaper as opposed to the week or day of. So I still had in my mind I wanted to go to a Hawks game, and it was a day of type of situation because that 12th I was looking at the tickets. That was the playing game for the Bulls too. So I spent a couple bucks there that night, just doing whatever, and Let's see. Yeah, I bought a couple things. I was looking at the Hawks tickets. I was like, it's Fan Appreciation Day. Him and a horn on it. Ticket was $51. My dumb ass said, let's see if it'll go down a little bit. I'll buy it at lunch tomorrow. And of course, that's when they announced it was Jonathan Tays' last game. So I was like, you know what? We're doing it. Shelled out the 112 plus bucks before fees. So if at a Game Time or Vivid Seats wants to come sponsor me to wipe away those ticket fees, I'd be more than happy to do that and go to lots of games. But yeah, I went to Jonathan Tays' last game. Pretty cool game, cool experience. I'm going to miss Captain Sirius, or Jonathan Tays, even though he hated the name Captain Sirius. He was my guy. He made me fall in love with hockey. I got his jersey after the 2010 Stanley Cup. I got his jersey for Christmas. They were the hottest team in town. That was the coolest thing you could own, was a Jonathan Tays jersey. Was wearing that thing all over the place, all the time. I just really loved Jonathan Tays. He was my guy. Patrick Kane was all the flash, but Jonathan Tays was kind of like me. Put the head down, go to work. And I just loved Jonathan Tays all those years. He could do it all. He could score. He could lead. He could fight. He could do it all. And so I had to shell out the money for Jonathan Tays and go to that game. Even though it hurt me to spend that extra $60-$70 on a ticket that I could have got for 51. But that's on me, so I had to go. Great game. Gonna miss you, Jonathan Tays, number 19. This Powerade sip is for you. Yep, Jonathan Tays' era is over. It's a new era for the Hawks. I had a good point to talk about there when I was thinking about Jonathan Tays' game, about the tickets and stuff. I think I can't remember anyway, so oh well. Yeah, it's end of an era for the Hawks. New era, new beginnings. I don't know where we start or end, or what's to come now at the United Center for the Blackhawks. So yeah, it'd be an interesting year. No more marquee players, or I don't know, who do you even say? There's no Kane, no Tays. Just, everybody from those Stanley Cup teams is gone, so it's just completely a new team in essence going forward, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. We'll have to keep a lookout and eye on them, so hopefully those tickets go down and I'll go to a bunch of Hawks games. Like everybody used to say was happening in 08, 09 or beforehand. So yeah, man, it's bothering me. I can't remember what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. I thought it was going to be funny. Probably wasn't. But I guess we'll just move on to April 14th. Yeah, we'll say it. Why not? I went to St. Xavier University over on the south side of Chicago. I was on the lacrosse team. And they were playing Northwestern. That's where my good friend the Doc went to school. He went to both schools, actually. He's like, hey, come out to the game. Let's go to the game. I was hemming on Haunt. Because it's one of those things. I dropped out. I have a little hatred for the place, but I've been enjoying the weather the past couple of days, enjoying my bachelor life. I'm single, I'm lonely, but I'm out there partying in the town, going out and about, living the bachelor life. So I was like, you know what? The weather's great. That's why I'm hating this cold today, because, I was just running around town, lifting those weights, going to games, and, I was having a good time. Spending a little too much money, but whatever. Something about money. That's something I was thinking about earlier. Maybe sponsorships for games, laundry, more money. I know when you go to the games, I went to the sports book at the United Center, and they don't take bets in person, so that stunk. Granted, even if I made that bet, the Bulls would have lost it, but even then, that's not what I was going to say. Yeah, we'll just keep going forward. That thought's gone. It's over. Lacrosse game, the It was a 6 o'clock game, 6:30 game. My team, the Cougars, they unfortunately lost 7-4, but that team's gone a long way. I gotta give them a shout out. They're like 2-4 on the year, and I know it's 2-6 maybe now. Doesn't seem impressive, but they got 2 wins, their first 2 wins in franchise history. I wasn't able to get my first 2 wins there. I haven't won a lacrosse game in like 5 years, so I gotta give that good hand to them, a good shout out. They finally got the monkey out their back. They're 2-something, and even then at that Friday's game, wasn't the best first half, but their passes were a little off, not connecting. Slide wasn't there. Got beat in transition once or twice, and they cleaned it up. It'll be good. Like I said, it was 7-4. If you consider the just second half, it's a tied game, 3-3. So it's one of those things where, yeah, they lost, but they are playing better games and having better effort, valiant efforts, and actually staying in competitively with teams. So I got to give them a shout out over there on the south side of Chicago. Those Cougars. I will be coming back eventually. I think perfect world. I play on my school schedule, go back to school, get all my gen eds out of the way. At Daly or one of the city colleges, get a bunch of that stuff done. Because I'm only at 39 credits left, so that's a year and some change. Then I don't know if I want to do 3 semesters or squish it down to 2. Because of the payments and stuff. Ideally, I'd stretch it out because I want the last semester to strictly be my internship, the senior seminar, which is just a BS class pretty much from what I heard, where you just talk about your internship and how to prepare for life post-graduation, and some other BS class. So, let's talk walk around. So I could be, instead of a student athlete, an athlete that so happens to be a student, and just go crazy. I only said I'm going back on the lacrosse field at 205, so I better start losing weight. And just be zipping around smashing guys at 205 would be awesome. Ideally. And so that's my dream for lacrosse. Was hanging out with the doc that day, like I said, and, enjoying that weather, that great life. No responsibilities and stuff. Or, less responsibilities. And that's what you could do when you work 7 to 3 shifts. Been moved up to the day shift, which is nice. So I could do stuff in the afternoon. Then the 15th, I saw that movie Air, and went downstate for the day to visit someone. So that was a pretty good day. Then we're on to the 16th and the 17th. Got a little bit of a stomach bug, so that's why I've been drinking the Powerade, getting my electrolytes in. Fluids, I've been pooping my pants out for just forever. I don't even know what's left in me, and I'm still pooping it out. And back to laundry, and that's pretty much catches us up to April 17th. In the past month, I've been enjoying life. Got a camera, too, also. I'll just say I got that today. Just to fill. I think that's what it was supposed to be. Yeah, it was a camera. When I was talking about the sports and stuff, I wanted to throw that back in there. Just fill in a blank day that I had nothing else playing. But, yeah. Got a little camera. Kind of want to do some digital form of media. Start filming myself doing dumb things. Why not? That's pretty much everything that's been going on with me. My heart's not really in this episode, mainly because I'm not feeling good and been pooping. I'm surprised I didn't hit the poop during this podcast. Probably the longest time I've been out of the toilet, off the toilet, past couple of days. So sorry about that if it's gross or whatnot. So that's pretty much it. Think I'll throw in that NKD underwear ad read and see if I got anything else to say. But as of right now, let's just do that ad really fast. You guys know the drill by now. Go to wearnkd.com and use promo code Perez.Josemax for 40% off and free shipping. Lots of bundles to choose from. The date night, it's getting serious. the Weekender, or the One Night Stand bundle. A selection of bottoms to choose from as well, such as the Weekend Thong, the Cheeky Bikini, that also comes in black, and the Classic Thong. They also have a nice lacy bralette. All reasonably priced items ranging from $17 to $49 before you use promo code Perez.JoseMax, which will get you 40% off and free shipping. NKD Underwear is also a great product. For every pair of underwear you buy, they donate an equal set to a women's shelter. And underwear is surprisingly the number one thing needed at women/homeless shelters. So you'll be doing a great thing when you're buying that pair of underwear for someone special or for yourself. And you can learn more about NKD Underwear by going to their website, wearnkd.com, and that's WEARNKD.com. And you can check out their great line of products on their Instagram at NKD. Remember, use promo code Perez.JoseMax for 40% off and free shipping. And yeah, that's NKD Underwear for you. And I'm trying to think what's going on. Got nothing really going on this week. 8 to 4 shifts. Earth Day this week, Arbor Day. Be safe on that 420 Thursday. I got a wedding this weekend, not mine. Don't want to get married because then my bachelor weekend life ends. Was going to hit golf balls. I should hit some golf balls this week or make time for it. I was going to do that Sunday, but like I said, couldn't stay away from a toilet longer than like an hour. And I didn't feel like packing up my clubs every 10 minutes when I had to go to the restroom when I was at the driving range. And I'm trying to think what else I should be talking about. I think that's really it. We're coming up on the 3:30. Sorry for the past couple weeks not having an episode. Probably should have spaced that out. That Glory Days episode to stretch it onto that Thursday, Friday instead of having it straight on back-to-back days. It would have saved me, gave me a little more grace period. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we're back on schedule, hopefully. As of right now, I know there's going to be at least an episode this week on the 21st. Yeah, no need to stretch this any longer. So, yeah, those were my thoughts going to my bad mic in less than 59 minutes. So this concludes the episode of this episode of the Superfan Max Power Hour in less than 60 minutes, presented by the blog. Talk to you next week. Thank you for listening, because this is Superfan Max signing off.